All right, welcome back to D&D. So, last time you had fought the Minotaur. You had then opened him up and discovered that he had his
A
heart
labyrinth
replaced.
inside it. No.
That would be kind of fun.
Save that one for another camper.
That would be amusing. But he had a metal heart and a bunch of metal, basically exhaust pipes coming out of his back in a more surgical and horrifying way that sort of reminded you of work done by the Shaper.
Hmm.
Then proceeded to continue around the labyrinth before arriving at
Was this guy
the.
underground for like 10,000 years or something?
For a while.
Yeah,
Hmm.
this guy's been underground for. It's he's been underground for like 730 years, give or take.
Okay, it's not that many. That lines up with the shapery timelines.
Um. Anyway, I'm sorry. So you did find the a path that would head forward out of the labyrinth. However, you notice that it is mirrored. The actual like exit, however, isn't. Just as you approach, you do notice that there are people that look identical to you, and they mirror your every movement.
Hmm.
Um, you poked around with that for a little while before eventually deciding to continue searching through the labyrinth. So we left off there.
Yeah, we have I believe this area over here to check.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Onwards and upwards. Or lateral.
Let me find. I'm just getting my sheet ready. Actually, wait, I just have fucking invest. I did the hockey investigation because that's what I do the most. Yeah. I assume we're just following and.
Okay.
Did we check over here? I don't remember. Oh, we did.
Well, that's a dead end, right where you click there.
I don't know. For some reason, I just felt that it just reminded me of a door.
But I'll show you a
Yeah, so
little.
I'll go this way and I'll
Yep.
investigate with
Looking around, yep, give me the investigation roll. You do notice that it is also, once again,
that end.
you are very confident there is nothing there.
Nice.
Okay, and I think this one's one of the last places. Let's go over here.
Yep. I'm going to just reveal more of the area so you can see.
More of Z map.
We can, yeah. This just tell me if I need to do the investigations, and I'll just let's just do them.
Like you're searching around, your
There you go.
investigations are. You find a few additional traps.
This is
You
a
do.
very nice maze, by the way.
Well, who made it? Uh, Shispuko? I think
Oh, I
it's.
might have a useful map making tool that a friend of mine just linked me the other day. I'll
Oh,
get to you later.
yes, that does will be good. I like the ones that I find online because they're very professionally done. But being able to make my own map would also be useful for customizing purposes. Now you do notice a entrance to a room. It almost mirrors the room, at least the entrance to it, on the west side. You find one on the east side as well. And can you give me a perception check?
Right here, right?
Yep.
Are we all together or have we splashed out through the maze?
I believe we would all move together. I'm just not moving all those tokens right now.
Should I make a perception check?
You can if you would like.
I would.
I will also attempt to perceive.
Okay. Graham.
Do not perceive me.
Otto doesn't see this. However, Graham, you do notice a small, almost. It would be larger than a rat, smaller than a cat. A creature with a kind of orange shell, a kind of flat face, and a more insect-like body as it just kind of like shoves itself into a crack in the wall. You see just a brief look of it before losing sight of it once it manages to burrow into the actual wall itself.
Hmm. Hey, Fern, you ever heard tell of a weird little critter, a little bigger than a rat but smaller than a cat, kind of orange shelled? And has Graham ever heard of such a thing?
Go ahead and make a nature roll.
Infern will also, right?
Yep. We'll just wait and see what Fern gets.
Sounds like Graham is like playing riddle
And
games.
I assume Fifth will just like do the winky thing.
Get the halfling bump.
Did we roll a one? We did. Go for
He
it.
did.
Okay. Um. Yeah. Graham. Well, I would say Graham would probably know enough about that. From the description provided to Fern, she wouldn't really have an idea of it. It would be a harder DC. However, Graham, you would figure this is a rust monster.
Uh-oh. Does Graham know if magic stuff is immune to them?
Make an
Because
Arcana.
out of character, I don't remember if magic stuff is
Uh,
immune.
Wait, didn't we deal with a rust monster before?
We dealt with a rust something, but it wasn't a rust monster, right?
I don't believe you've ever dealt with a rust monster.
Uh, if you explain it to Otto, Otto can also roll, or I give you
Well,
advantage.
if you have any keepsakes made of metal, maybe take them off. You keep them handy, and mind your armor, because I think those things eat metal.
Hmm.
I don't know if magical weapons are immune to it or nothing either.
Can I Arcana that one then, Ian?
Yeah, so I would have Graham roll an Arcana.
Okay. Nope,
Okay.
no idea.
You are not sure.
Yeah. Sorry, I got nothing.
Otto will ask Graham what he saw, and maybe it'll like trigger my.
Uh, Graham will describe the rust monster and his suspicion of notion that the things eat metal. And
Go ahead. Roll an Arcana on this one. You're not sure either.
crap.
Hmm.
Well, this is one way to get your next season's outfit changes.
How big is Mage's hand?
It's like the size of your hand.
Is the whole
The hole would be big enough for a mage hand to go into it.
Can I Mage hand into the hole and see if like maybe I can provoke it or have it come out?
Just could try.
All right, let's do that. And just right there, so we just have the info.
Yep. All right, last for a minute.
Just magically poking it. Stop! Quit it! Quit it! Quit it!
Yeah, so you could have the mage hand go into the hole, but once it's in there and you lose sight of it, you you can control it. It's just you don't know what it is doing.
I wanted to like swing its hand back and forth like it's slapping.
Okay.
To see, and I assume. Actually, and I have a question. How do I know if when it hits a wall?
That's the problem is you don't. You would only be able to rely on it through sight.
I see. I see.
It is not a BG3 mage hand, sadly.
Yeah. All right, I'll go in there and then with the mage hand and then like see.
Actually, I'll just show you the rest of the room thinking about it, because it's similar in terms that it's also just additional.
Which corner did it go into?
It had gone into the corner, not like a corner, but like a hole in a wall right there.
Okay. Over here. Yeah, I'll try to poke around and see if like something it provokes something. If not, I'll just dissipate the hand. I'm not gonna spend a lot of
Doesn't
time.
really like attract anything.
Okay, let's investigate the room then.
Okay.
Any evidence of like what this thing was doing here, like hiding, whatever? I would assume Graham will assist me in my investigation endeavors. So,
now, looking around, you do find a few scraps of rusted metal. It looks like some old cutlery, you think. just a. It's difficult to tell as it has rusted away pretty aggressively, but it looks like the remnants of a metal spoon or fork.
Hmm.
Looking at this, how can I tell how long it's been rusted?
Make a survival check. Not sure.
Nope. I'm gonna hold this up to Graham. Like,
Hmm.
how old do you think this is? How long has it been rusted?
I will try, but I suspect I won't. Well, maybe I do.
This looks like it probably was rusted relatively recently. As you hold it in your hand, you can see that the top portion has aggressively rusted away, but the actual handle of it that you're holding in your hand itself is relatively untarnished. It looks like you may have interrupted a rust monster during a meal.
Good to know. We should see if we've got any scrap metal we could toss the things as an offer, and maybe we could get it to wave off. Uh,
Hmm. Oh boy. I'm trying to think here.
excuse me.
Hmm. Hmm. Have we? This is out of character. Have we figured out it's a rust monster at this point?
Graham does. Graham is relatively certain it is a
Confident?
rust monster.
Graham will express this.
Um.
It's one of them things what eats your sword, ain't it?
Yep.
Yep.
You making
Do
fun of me?
so. Would Otto know just based off of like bartending history and like stories he's heard how big of a pack like? I guess they're a pack that they usually travel in, or they work by themselves?
A rust monster. Make a nature check.
Or are you nature that you are?
Rust monsters can travel in packs. They would not be massive packs like a big group of rats, but they would typically travel in packs of maybe between like 4 to 12. They also are sometimes solitary creatures as well, in terms of just going by themselves, because they are actually, I believe, yeah, they're not naturally occurring, like they were created at some point in time and space, so they're not going to act precisely like an animal would.
Right. Okay. I'll figure that out.
Man, that
Uh,
would be a real dick move that I guarantee you DMs have done. Swarms of rust monsters.
uh, when we were coming here, did we look down this way? It looks like it could continue that way.
Yep, you can continue further. Looking through, it's just more of the maze.
And he went through here.
Yep.
I'm assuming based off of us traveling, we can kind of figure out that there's like some kind of small passage in there, maybe.
Looking through it and kind of just basing your knowledge around, like, especially if you check out, you suspect that there's a stone wall. I mean, there obviously is a stone wall. However, you suspect that it is about probably like 5 feet thick.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Does it look like the maze and the infrastructure and the architecture was built in anticipation of rust monsters? Like, are there like metal inlays or anything that they might chew on if they were like a known thing back then, so they didn't put them in?
Make a history check.
I will make a history check.
He should be able to do that at advantage though, because then we see the traps too, and based off of like the things coming out.
This would just be yeah. I mean, with the 26, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but I figured like with all the traps,
It wouldn't give advantage in this regard. However, looking around, combining your knowledge of history and your general observations, while the maze is primarily stone, it does not look like it was built anticipating rust monsters. You
Okay.
suspect that they came in after the fact.
All right, so good news. They're an invasive species.
So just like us.
You don't gotta say it.
You calling me a rust monster?
That's like that.
Oh,
Where's the line drawn between archaeology and grave robbing? And
just
somebody replies to that, as
debating
an
the
archaeologist, that's a
maze.
very awkward question. Answer the question, grave robber.
Um. So this ends here, I assume then.
Yep. So
Graham will
it does
continue
continue forward.
to note down all the stuff they're encountering in like a big primer, which out of character, I'm not writing this down, but Graham is in character just to give to the researchers. Like, here's all the shit we found, here's all the shit to watch out for. So it includes like rust monsters, likely invasive. Architecture does not suggest they were there when this place was built.
Okay. What about over
Looking
here? I don't. Yeah, go ahead.
and just the fact that the traps are still operational.
Yeah.
The majority of them are. You suspect that the Minotaur was probably tending them.
How the hell did he fit in these?
Well, the Minotaur is big and is obviously wide. You know that having shoved your horses through some passages, you
Yeah.
actually are able to fit large creatures through smaller passages. They just wouldn't be able to comfortably move through it.
Did I do enough investigations to like cover all of this?
Yeah, honestly, I will just at this point reveal a lot more of the maze.
That is a
Hooray.
very nice maze, man. You found a very good one.
Yeah, the guy who made it is really good. I like utilizing a lot of his maps as they're really keen. Now, you do actually find 3 additional rooms.
Okay.
You find rooms, like you find a door right here.
Yep.
You find a room entrance here and here.
Yeah, let's do the one that Graham's at.
All right.
Yeah, I figure we take them as they come.
Entering
We'll
in.
rob each grave in turn.
This room has mostly been cleared out. You do see a small skeleton of some creature. Unknown what the creature is, just by general looking it over. Looks like a lot of what was in the room has been actually taken out, and you can see on the ground a kind of heavy indentation, as if a large, heavy creature had spent a great deal of time laying in this one spot.
I think we found where the feller took his naps. Graham will look around for traps now that we've inferred that he was probably guarding them.
I will assist you.
I will roll with advantage.
Okay.
And good thing, too.
In this room itself, you do not notice any traps. You suspect he probably wasn't gonna, put a trap in a
rolled
room.
in his sleep.
This was not a Minotaur who would have a trap in his room. He would not keep a gun under his pillow.
So he's not a Floridian Minotaur.
No, he would just keep a giant battle axe instead. What about any holes in the walls now that we know about these rust monsters?
Within the actual larger sections, you do notice holes, and in fact, you do notice a kind of tunnel way almost. This would be able to fit like a small-sized creature right around here.
A small-sized creature, you say? If only we had one of those.
How actual tunnel? Can I see how deep into it?
Where
Can
is
I
it?
see if I down here?
Yeah, right there.
How deep into it can I see with my dark vision?
You'd be able to see through the tunnel into another, what looks like room.
It's just a straight shot.
Looks like.
You guys want me to go in there, don't you?
I mean, maybe. Just watch out for rust monsters.
Just based off of our explorations, though, I feel like it could be one of the other rooms, but it more than likely is.
Well, I guess I'll go find out.
Okay.
Just going in there like, fuck you guys, are fucking bullshit.
Bullshit, more
Fucking hole. Uh, would I look like a halfling or something?
I didn't want to say anything.
This is how you
All right.
find out Fiffle's
I
actually
I wish
human.
to sneak quietly through the hole.
All right. You are very, in your mind, sneaky.
Quiet.
Traveling through the hole, you enter into another room. Um, you notice that this hole is definitely larger. It was looked like it was carved out by a larger creature, um, where the other rust monsters were smaller. This is definitely made by something bigger. Um, that's all you can really ascertain at this time.
Okay.
Did Biffle come back?
If he, that is up to him. That is up to Fiffle.
Just quits.
Say again?
Did you come back, or are you waiting for us to go around? It looks like.
And what do I see?
You found another room. Within the room, it would just be another sarcophagus. But investigating the tunnel has been dug out by a creature bigger than the small ones you'd seen previously.
So the room with the sarcophagus. Wait, hold on. This is a little tunnel,
Yes,
Yep.
it is.
and this is the room with the sarcophagus.
Yep.
This is another door here.
Yeah. You noticed that it would. I don't know if I revealed that. And within the actual tunnel itself, you've noticed small, little, like large rat-sized tunnels breaking off of it. However, it's too big for you to go inside. You could easily fit a hand in there, but you're like shoving your entire body within would just not be something you could currently do.
Remember, the
Yeah,
vessel with
I'm
the
gonna
pestle
go
has the
back.
pill, which is poison.
I'm gonna go back and be like, yeah, it looks like it goes through to the next burial chamber.
Well, all right.
So let's go over here, I guess, and investigate it.
Okay.
I guess Graham will assist me this time.
You,
Something's digging a lot of holes around here. It might be the rust monsters. It might be giant rats. It might be whatever's in that sarcophagus. I'm not sure.
well, that would be my least favorite thing, but that's also my most professional purview. So I suppose we better check it out.
Fiffle, going through that larger tunnel, if you'd like, you can make you can make a nature check. I'm sorry.
Alrighty. Nature.
You're not sure. Like something in the back of your mind, you can't quite put your finger on it.
Is
There
Fern
were
small?
animals here. I'm certain.
Yeah, Fern is small.
Very small.
Do we want to send Fern through?
Yeah, she can take a look if if Biffle asks her to look at it. We can do that. See where's Fern.
Fern, go in this rat hole and see if it's rat.
Okay. I guess that's what you're saying.
Make a nature check. Okay.
Oh my god.
A machine for boars.
Fern gets attacked by a beagle.
Oh God.
A what?
If a beagle.
No,
You
Fern.
if this was Kaido, you could have been a pug.
I'm waiting for Kaido to come back so I can turn him into a pug.
He knows. He's got a plan for that.
It's to die, I know. Alright. No, Fern goes through. She's trying to think, but once. It's like Fiffle. There's like the thought in the back of her mind that she can't quite put it together.
Can they describe to us what they're saying that maybe Bram and I can like put it together?
It would be a harder DC, but yeah.
I'll give it a shot. Here we go.
Could I make a history check for the region?
Sure.
I wrote a
I'll attempt
19.
it.
I mean, a 21.
Okay. Honestly, yeah. Between Graham and Otto working together in this regard, putting their heads in the hole, looking around, thinking about it, you are able to remember that rust monsters actually are larger. And that the rust monster you saw earlier was most likely a baby. That a adult, fully grown rust monster is going to be about dog-sized.
Okay, so that makes sense. Horrible, horrible sense. Oh, all right.
Wait, do rust monsters need two parents, or are they asexual? How does this work?
Make a nature
Otto,
check.
like a rock falls on Otto's head.
A nature check to think about. You're not sure. Rust
I'm
monsters actually arise from rusted metal, as far as you can remember.
What was the name of that theory?
there you go from Fern.
Yeah, I don't remember the actual name, but I do know that's what I was. Yeah,
Yeah,
reference
there
the.
used to be a
I
theory
asked that
before they
question out
understood
loud. So Fern was like,
Abiogenesis.
just so you know, I asked that question
I
out
think
loud.
that
So Fern
actually
was
is
just
it.
like, "What? Are you nuts?"
Yeah, Fern knows that rust monsters come from eggs that are typically
Rusted.
a rust monster will.
When two rust monsters love each other very much.
Fern describes how rust monsters are typically asexual. They will just create eggs, and then they will lay eggs within the actual, like, within rusted metal, so that when the babies come forth, they can consume that. And that rust monsters don't actually need to have two parents. They don't need the eggs to be fertilized.
Interesting.
Otto's just gonna be like, my joke was almost correct.
I have approximate knowledge of many things.
There's there could be a family that we might need to murder now.
So,
As he says that, he looks at Graham.
can we get into from in the maze going east? Can we get into the sarcophagus room, or is that also small only?
No, it's right here. Yeah, it is right here.
Have we
I think
checked
it's a
it for
regular
traps?
size
Because
room.
if you're going to trap anything, it'll be the sarcophagus and
Uh,
the room in which it is stored.
okay.
Yeah, I will do a careful search. I will not do a very careful search.
You do not see anything. You are unsure.
Okay. Well, in for a penny, in for a pounding. Graham will wait for people to take a couple healthy steps back, and then first cross the threshold, wait to see if anything clicks or trips or explodes.
Graham, your foot steps upon a small piece of pottery shard, crushing it. It crunches under your foot.
And Gale's Netherbane orb explodes and kills everybody in the Sword Coast region.
You do not think you have triggered any traps.
Okay.
Anything
Graham will inspect the sarcophagus, hopefully with equal or superior
I will
scrutiny.
assist you. Any writing?
That's a good thought. Any writing on it before I trip anything?
The sarcophagus itself is similar to the other sarcophagi in that it had, at one point, a name and a date on it. However, this one has been just... Somebody has taken a chisel and just quickly just carved it off to the best of their ability.
Here lies Sir Rust Monster von Borkington.
Graham will inspect.
Okay.
Graham will do worse than the first time.
Graham, you are not sure. The sarcophagus has had... This one has had the name obliterated a lot better than some of the other ones. However, the sarcophagus still has that same Minotaur decoration upon it, similar to the others. Yes.
Thought. Could I use mending as indicated there over a minute to try to repair the engraving?
Let's see here.
It specifies like a break or a tear in an object.
Yeah, this would be more like where somebody had carved where they had like kind of etched in and carved, so it would have been engraved in, but then they took a chisel and they basically took a hammer and chisel and just like completely like knocked out all the stone writing on it. You'd have to basically mend together thousands of pieces of stone chunks.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I got nothing.
I'll start dinner then while he does that.
And
anything else about this room that's interesting? Another entrance for rust monsters?
Looking around, you do see like the smaller cracks. Nothing that would be large enough to support a big rust monster.
What about, is any way that we can see behind the sarcophagi?
You could look around behind it. You'd have to move it, and it's large. It's made of like thick stone, so it would require quite an athletics check, but you could certainly try.
Otto will test.
I will I will assist you.
Okay.
Let's do
Hopefully,
this.
hopefully somebody can roll better than me. Jesus.
Okay. You're able, with Graham's assistance, to slide the sarcophagus over a very small amount. You're able to get maybe like a good 6 inches of space between the sarcophagus and the wall.
Is there anything on the wall?
You do not see anything.
Of course. Of course. Sorry, buddy, and I'm gonna tap the sarcophagus. I guess let's go check out that last room we scouted out.
Okay.
Graham will
And
write down all of that, including the complete defacement and inability to determine potential danger in opening the sarcophagus, but that's outside of his job description. It's kind of the opposite of his job description.
all right, so what's here?
Inside, you see a small desk with a book made of vellum. There is writing within the actual book itself. What languages does everyone speak?
Old Orwellan and Common, basically.
Okay.
Elvish,
Sound and halfling.
Mammoth, and Undercommon with book helping me.
Yep.
And I'm assuming it's our old Arwellen.
It is not actually.
Okay, so Fern has Goblin, Dwarvish, Elvish, Sylvan.
It is none of those.
And let's go to Lilith. Undercommon deep speech.
That's like Dwergar language.
Okay. And common.
Underdwarf.
Nope, it is none of those. It is in some language you're not familiar with.
Could this be a dog?
She took some. I know she remember when she was leveling up. She took something for languages. I thought. I swear she did.
I could not tell you.
I don't remember because it was like a while back.
I swear to Pelor, I never touched her, officer.
Oops. Oops. I keep clicking things.
But
You can comprehend languages, right, Graham?
I don't think so, actually. I think I've run into this particular bugbear before. Also, I don't think I took it. No, I have tongues,
Oh, okay.
and tongues is quite literally spoken only.
Okay.
Is there anything in the room that could give us a hint at what language this might possibly be?
I have one thing I could try after that,
Okay.
but go on.
Yeah, I mean, looking around, so the book itself is a thick volume. It is probably at least a good 1,000 pages. There is the pen that had been used to write within the book. You can see that it is larger and thicker, ending in a very small, fine tip. It is meant to support the hand of a larger creature. Looking through the room, though, you don't notice anything. I mean, this looks old Arwellen in general, but Graham is not able to determine what the actual language is currently.
Was there at some point, this is just for maybe, I'm asking Graham, a culture of like Minotaurs or something? Did they have their own hand, like language or something like that?
Would that be history check territory?
That'd be a history check.
I will attempt a history check. I got a 27 on
I'm
a
trying to
history
help
check.
here, okay?
Yeah, we're doing our best, and the dice are like, no, you don't get to figure this out.
You do know that Minotaurs are they're not native to the plane, but when they were brought to this plane, they were brought into the area of Arwell within that region. With a 27, you're able to figure out, like, you're able to remember that Minotaurs typically would speak and write using the abyssal language.
Interesting.
We've seen Abyssal before, I think. Have we not?
I don't think so, unless I'm not remembering.
I don't believe you have.
I'm gonna have to look into comprehend languages now. What level is that in fifth? I keep like my brain is one where like I want any utility option that crosses my way. Wow, it's first level divination. It's just not on the cleric spell list for whatever reason. But like there's that one freaking warlock invocation that just you can read all languages. Any writing can be read. Like, could you imagine being a freaking archaeologist warlock? Because that's gonna be my next character concept.
Let me see here. I'm looking through Fern's thing, and I'm muted for a second.
Okay.
My other thought was perhaps Graham can try to get a feel for any spiritual turbulence, like any ghosty stuff that doesn't have the same vibe as R1 stuff, because he'd be very familiar with that by now.
Yeah, if you would like, Graham, you can make a religion roll to attempt to feel any.
They just don't want us to be smart.
It's not that you don't connect with the spirits, it's simply that you feel that the spirits here are either at peace or are just unwilling to talk.
Okay. Graham will relay that as well with, oh, I'm hoping it's the former myself. It'd be nice to not have to worry about that so much, but usually that's not how these things go.
I'm stumped here. I don't see anything I can use on Lila for Fern. Languages. How old do we think this writing is?
Make an investigation check.
I will assist you.
Okay.
We just take this with us and bring it to somebody who
that's
read it.
Okay.
We could probably just make a perfect copy of it and go up to the school. They've got to have people who can speak Abyssal. Like, hey, what does this
thousands
say?
of pages, bro. I don't think Pippo has that kind of time.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, looking at the book
When
itself.
people hears you say make a copy, he just sort of looks at you.
I was like, Pippo's probably like putting his hand. I was like, gold, please.
We're getting paid to do this. Like, you're a forger.
We're not getting paid like that.
You went to School of Hard Knocks school for this.
They're not accredited, Graham.
There's getting paid and there's getting paid, right? Also, there's copying a language I know, and there's copying a language I don't know. That's quite difficult. Because these letters, they look like little squiggles.
So what do we get out of this Ian? This 19?
Yep. So the book itself is not dust covered, where a lot of other stuff was. The earlier pages, you can see that the ink has sort of begun to fade. But the newer pages are more crisp. Some of the ink you can see still is wet. So you suspect it was probably written in at least a few, like, between, like, less than a day is sort of where you suspect it to be. So it looks like this was as recent as written in as a day ago. Mind you, when I say wet ink, I don't mean like just pure fresh ink, but it could be smudged with a finger.
I got you. Okay.
I will share this, and I will bring up. I know they said not to take anything, but this is pretty recent, and I feel like if whoever wrote this is still around, and it wasn't that Minotaur, they could just take it because we're obviously snooping around. What do you think?
How about the way the desk is set up and laid out? Does it look like there's elbow room for a Minotaur to sit down and do some journaling, talk about his day?
The room is sized more for a medium creature, something you would suspect to be human, elven, even dwarvish. A minotaur could fit in this room, but it would be very tight. The desk is not meant to support a creature of that size. The only evidence that maybe the minotaur wrote this is just the fact that the pen is larger and has been modified for a larger creature.
Okay.
Take the pen, the inkwell, it's whatever attached to in the book, and bring it up to the researchers.
Perhaps. I'm so used to being a slightly higher level character who has access to sending, so I can always just write home to mama whenever I need to ask about something like this. Well, I'm gonna write down what we found. I would say maybe we come back to this myself.
What is this?
Is there anything else in the area worth checking out or looking around for that we haven't already made an attempt on? Like within that room itself?
Sure. What the hell is this thing? Hold up. What is this thing?
Hmm?
No, I'm looking at the lips thing. I'm trying to. Damn it! Open up.
I don't like your smirk, Ian. Its smug aura mocks me.
Well, I'm just waiting to see if Lilith has anything that can be done, because I don't remember what her character sheet has on it.
What is mind sharpener?
Oh, if I believe that's a it's an artificer thing.
And then, is this a magic item?
The book itself,
Yeah.
you do not get the feeling of magic from it.
Okay.
I think is my yeah. Mind Sharpener is an artificer infusion. So
Okay.
yeah, the infused item can blah blah blah. It's used for maintaining concentration on the spell.
Lucky bastards.
I mean, she can apply that to a suit of armor or robes for anybody. It just takes time to actually apply it.
Gotcha.
So much here. I'm just like, what?
I mean, it's a really nice. It's really nice because it basically is like if you would fail a concentration save, you can choose to instead succeed.
Not.
You would have passed it too, Graham, if you didn't take so much damn damage.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about those dice I didn't roll in that encounter I wasn't in for that session. I didn't show up to.
I think you rolled like a 27 on the save.
It was in the 20s, but
and it was like just shy of enough.
Yeah, I mean half a 60's 30. That be how it do, and that do how it be.
I think if you I mean if you had rolled, 20, you would have made it. But
anyway,
she has religion proficiency.
Yeah, probably. Like I said,
she does. Now she doesn't have anything with languages. I thought she had taken something. What I swear, and maybe she just didn't put it in.
Well, one nice thing about an artificer is that while they cast spells like a wizard, they can prepare spells like a cleric, so they have full access to the artificer spell list. So on a long rest, she can swap out spells to something else that she has access to.
Well, let me see if she does have access to this. Go away, pop up. All right.
Trying to think of other stuff. I'm going to assume Hank doesn't speak Abyssal.
Speak Abyssal? Why would I speak Abyssal? What are you accusing me of, Graham?
Being made by a wizard?
Well, I don't know. I mean, he probably does speak Abyssal thinking about it, but he never taught me. I know. Common.
Can you read this, Hank?
Yeah, of course. Here, let me take a look.
Just eats it.
He reaches his one of the pseudopods made to look like a strap into him, pulls out a little pair of glasses. You're not actually sure where he got those from.
With a little monocle. I took it from a dead guy.
Eggs.
It's cool, you didn't know him.
Let's see here. Eggs, milk, bread, and bacon.
Mm.
We might have found a lair of New Englanders. Can I insight Hank to see if he's actually making shit up or if that's actually what it says?
Yeah, go ahead. Hank's making shit up. He doesn't know
God
what it
damn
says.
it, Hank.
Well, I told you
That was
to
a
read
safe
the
assumption.
language. You were so insistent, I decided to at least throw you a bone. Which reminds me, can you throw me a bone? By which you mean a literal bone for me to chew on.
We'll talk about it.
We sure do talk a lot, don't we?
Yeah, we sure do have a lot of grocery lists. Why don't we put it on ours?
Yeah.
Smart bugger.
This is why
Ladies
I
and
gnaw on
gentlemen,
your
your
arm.
heroes.
This is why I gnaw on your arm when you rest, Graham.
You what? God damn it.
What are you mad about? It's done.
All right, I say we leave it for now. Keep our eyes and or ears open. And you can't do a forgery just like copying what you see. I thought it specifically called out you could, but I don't know.
Fiffle can. Fiffle could just like draw the lines as they are written on the page.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you wouldn't.
It would just be straight copying. Like,
Yeah.
That could be useful. We leave it in place. We
but
copy
it's
it
very
down.
long. It would take weeks to do.
Would it?
Oh, this thing's like 1,000 pages.
Oh, okay. Fuck.
Fiffle would have to like write down the encyclopedia.
Piffle's just hanging out underground copying pages from like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. That's a little different. I didn't realize it was going to be that much of a task.
Sadly, Fiffle has not taken any levels in Monk.
I guess we can take it with us then, but the last thing Graham wants to do is like look to see if it's like on a weighted plate or there's some sort of trap mechanism related to like moving the book off the table.
If you play Baldur's Gate, let's put a rock on it in its place.
Graham is reasonably certain there's no trap on this book itself.
Okay.
Or
so
that the book is holding down.
Graham will take the book and can it be closed in such a way that you don't smudge the ink, or would it have to stay open?
The book was closed when you first got to it.
Okay.
It had the ink had dried enough that it could be closed. But you are certain that if you were like rub a finger over it, it would smudge.
Okay, so Graham will carefully take it and add it to his bag.
I want to bring up so that we saw that the rust monster thing baby went through here.
Mhm.
Did we find an exit passage anywhere in the rooms that we had gone through? Because I don't think we.
There were like side
Yeah.
tunnels from this little digging,
You
so it could just be like digging all around.
Because the only way I could see it getting all the way to the passage that Fiffle went into would be if it went out like on the perimeter. Unless it made
the
a
tunnels
poster.
that you've seen have been mostly rat sized, probably dug by the smaller baby rust monsters. The larger rust monster that had dug a larger tunnel could have just gone through the maze by itself.
Okay, let's go back to the mirror, I guess.
Okay. Once again, you approach the mirror. So to give you a reminder, the mirror, as you approach it, you do see that the room you are leaving and the room that you are approaching are not mirrored perfectly. However, as you approach, you do see a mirror auto, and as other members of the party approach, mirror versions of themselves appear along the mirror itself. Above it, written in stone, it does say, "Please be polite."
Howdy.
Please
You
be
see the
polite.
mirror version of Graham mouth the words "howdy."
Uh, please be polite. It's like,
I
so I will. Otto just thinks about it, says, "Can you please let us through?"
Otto, you do see that the mirror version of Otto mouths the words, "Can you please let us through?" Uh,
You said the rooms aren't identical.
they are not.
okay.
What's different?
Uh, it goes up a staircase. So for one, you approach from a very flat area with like walls behind you. This one, after the mirror, there's a staircase. So that's one thing, and then you can see while the staircase goes up into a room higher above, you can see that there are something taller in there that kind of go up to the ceiling, but you're not able to see what it is from that specific spot.
So
You'd have
this
to go.
staircase right here is in the mirror.
Yep, the staircase is just like the mirror itself
It's right in
is.
front of me. So there's
Yep,
the divider line. Okay.
yep.
Can I push through the mirror?
As you go to push through the mirror auto pushes it back on you.
Do I actually feel the force on mirror auto?
You don't. Yeah, like you feel the pressing of the hand, and where instead of like a mirror, which would be a flat surface, you do feel more like the hand of like another person pressing exactly on you.
Um, so is there, sorry if you said I didn't hear. There's stuff in there that's not in here. Is there stuff on our side that isn't on their side?
No, you don't believe that the two rooms are. Well, they're not identical. There don't seem to be any objects or anything of that nature.
Okay. Um, I ran into a puzzle almost identical to this one, possibly identical to this one. I don't know. Once upon a time, the DM made it difficult on me.
I'm trying. I'll try not to make it too difficult to
Yeah.
get out
Well,
of
I
it,
don't
but
think you're trying to be a dick. That's not me like passive aggressively subtweeting you or
yeah.
whatever. Um, Graham's just kind of walking back and forth, and his opposite is probably doing the same thing, like tapping his chin, thinking about it. Uh, Graham will point like past them to like the difference in the room. Like, if we go here, could you go? Could we like trade sides?
Oh, I see.
Uh, the mirror version of Graham points by you. However, it gives a smile where you weren't smiling previously. The one and only difference you've noticed so far.
Okay.
If it's mirroring,
Oh, I have a fun idea. It probably won't do anything, but it's what Graham is
no,
going
I
to
was
do.
just thinking if it's a mirror and he just did that, is the staircase behind us or are we on it and we just can't see it? Like an illusion.
That's a thought. Check where it would be.
Yeah, so I will do that. I'll check where the stairs, the difference in the mirror that should
You're
be.
you're like putting your foot on a phantom stair, and you just kind of look
Yeah.
like you're doing the Captain Morgan.
Yes, I would like to do that.
Okay, give me an investigation, please.
Will Graham help me with this?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't see or feel a illusionary staircase behind you. Um, it looks, from what you can see, like this maze is just normal in that regard. You don't see anything leading to a separate staircase that you could go up.
Graham is going to take out his flask of whiskey and try to pass it to his opposite, possibly using one hand if the doppelganger can offer the opposite one.
As you offer, so I guess how do you do it exactly? How do you pass the whiskey?
He's going to try to take it out with one hand, like put it up against the quote unquote mirror, and with his other hand, like get ready to take it from where the reflection would have it if it mirrors his movement, like
Yep.
trading whiskey flasks.
As you go and do that, Graham, the mirror version of you is able to take the whiskey flask offered and in return offers you a whiskey flask, which you're able to take from him.
Graham will raise the flask up against it for a toast and just clink it against the mirror.
It taps the flasks together. You go ahead and drink.
Yes. Drink the Doppel whiskey.
The whiskey is alcoholic. However, the flavors of it are different. Um, it's strange. You almost feel like it's, in essence, like the aftertaste of the whiskey first, and then the full taste of the whiskey
Oh,
after
that's cool.
it's had time to stay within your mouth.
Is it weird? I kind of want to hang out with Mirror Us for a while. This is neat. Graham's having a good time with this one. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the Doppel whiskey unless he wants it back. Is the Mirror Graham kind of having the same experience of tasting for like in reverse order?
Yep.
Nice.
Mirror Graham does not seem to be upset. He seems happy that you've offered him the whiskey, and
Nice.
he is enjoying the whiskey that you have offered him.
Graham will also take a moment to enjoy the whiskey while having a think. How about you guys try being nice to your mirrors? Maybe that's how we all get through.
I don't trust it. I mean, look at his beady little eyes.
Never trust a halfling. That's what I say. Everybody just. No, I think trust might be how you get through this one, but that's just me.
Have we heard of anything about a mirror like this? Like, have you? And like,
Yeah, Graham will try to think about Orwell and Empire magic
adventure?
Oh yeah, go ahead and make a history check.
shit.
Well, that's an insight, so it doesn't strictly help
Right
you.
again.
Oh, wrong button. Well, it's a nat one.
Well, Fiffle laughs and said, "Do it again."
Jesus.
Fiffle and Mirror Fiffle both wink at you, Graham. You have heard about magic mirrors that the Arwellans had used. You do know that they typically would utilize a trick to get by, and that the trick would often just be kind of hidden, typically along, like, the writing along the top of the mirror, which in your case would say, "Please be polite." That would offer some idea of how you can get by it.
What would Otto ask Graham? What would entail being polite to the Arwellans be?
I would imagine they have pretty much the same social etiquette, largely.
There would be focus on being a good host, being a good guest, as well as having reciprocal manners. So if somebody does you a solid, you do them a solid. If somebody were to do you a favor, you would do them a favor.
I don't know if they would or would be able to answer, but Graham is going to look at the mirror half and say, above your side of the mirror, does it say please be mean or something like that? Like our side says please be polite. Does yours say please be rude?
The mirror version simply mimics your like your mouth movement, but it doesn't actually answer.
Can Graham like try to air trace the letters against the surface and
So
see
we
if
have something to write on.
Yeah, let's try that. Graham will do like taking an etching on a sheet of journal paper and then hold it up and see if they have the same thing on both sides, if they do the same thing.
Etching onto it, you get exactly what you wrote, but backwards from the mirror version of you.
Okay, so their side just says please be polite as well. Good to know. Good to know. So I think I'm sorry, Fiffle. I think you're gonna have to be nice on purpose.
Oh. All right.
Bullshit.
Piffle kind of waves to his mirror image.
The mirror image waves back to you.
Oh, okay. Is that friendly enough? I mean, do I have to do something else? I offer my mirror image some pipe tobacco.
As you offer the mirror image pipe tobacco, it also offers you pipe tobacco.
All right. I put it in my pipe and smoke it.
Oh yeah.
as you go and take it and have it taken in return. The tobacco flavor is strange in that you can get the kind of smoky aftertaste, and it comes in first, and then as the time progresses, after just a few moments, you can feel like the immediate taste of tobacco as if the smoke has suddenly just filled your mouth. In essence, the reverse of smoking a pipe.
All right. Your turn, Otto.
I don't have anything to like trade like that though.
Do something. Do Mirror Otto a solid, and Mirror Otto will do you a solid.
I'm actually quite curious about this. I'm gonna pull out the diamond that originally had my wife's soul and see what it looks like in the mirror.
As you pull it out, the version on the other side is identical, just in reverse.
In reverse.
It has the same kind of cracks along it, but the mirror version of it looks very, like, almost, yeah, identical, just as if you were holding it up to a mirror.
I trust Mirror Auto, so I will give him the diamond that used to house my wife's soul to him.
And in return, you receive his version of it.
And I will take, and I guess I will pocket it and I will protect it for him as he'll protect mine.
Okay. After having gone through this, Graham, if you'd like, you can make another history roll.
I will attempt. Attempt is the word. Apparently 14 is the number.
You sort of recall there being a... Oh, not a ritual per se, but a kind of way that would be considered polite when passing by somebody within a doorway. That would be practiced by the Orwellans. What that practice is, you can't quite remember it.
Okay. I might be onto something here. Starts pacing again, thinking. Don't suppose you remember, do you? Graham's going to ask his reflection, even assuming the reflection will say the same thing back.
It just mouths the words.
Okay, so in the Orwellan Empire, if you were trying to get through a passageway at the same time as someone else, there was a thing they did, and I'm trying to remember it. Graham will try to remember it.
So we're able to pass objects back and forth through the mirror, as we've just been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Could we exchange ourselves?
Just pass. Yeah, Piffle walks into the mirror.
Piffle, you walk into yourself.
Oh.
I better watch my step. Don't you do that again.
What if he tries to sidestep? Like, you know how...
Yeah, Piffle tries to go around himself.
The Midwestern ranch shuffle.
How do you attempt to go by yourself?
I put my hands on my mirror image's shoulders and just kind of like rotate us both around, like dancing.
Okay. Doing that, you are able to pass through to the other side, and where your mirror was before, now you are there, and you suddenly see that the mirror version of yourself has disappeared.
Huh. Good thinking. Well, I guess it's do-si-do.
Either good thinking or
you're in an alternate dimension.
Yeah, you've been killed and replaced by the mimic.
My fate is like the bad guys from Superman, whatever it was, 2.
Fiffle has disappeared.
2 and the beginning of Superman 1.
To us, right? Fiffle is gone.
Fiffle is right where Fiffle is. You see him
in the mirror.
It's not a mirror, like you do see him on the other side.
But he is not next to me anymore.
He is no longer next to you.
Graham is going to country fry this puzzle, and he's going to like do-si-do square dance with himself around to the other side.
Doing the do-si-do, Graham, you are able to pass by and are now on the other side. You notice that your mirror version has disappeared once it has left the side you now currently stand in.
Do I still have the Doppel whiskey?
You have a flask within your hand.
Graham sips it. Is it regular or Waloo whiskey?
It is regular whiskey.
Aw. I kind of wanted the Doppel whiskey as a...
So everything's just gonna return back to the way it was.
Okay,
That
which is
makes
probably for the best. We don't need any like Star Trek transporter ethical quandaries right now.
Yeah. Otto will do the same thing. Not the Dosi Do, but just like offer his hand to mirror Otto and switch sides with him.
Okay, you are able to swap to the other side. The mirror auto disappears once you cross the threshold.
Um,
Yo, Mirror Us is gonna go live our lives, fam. That's what's about to happen.
I guess Fern and Aurora do the same thing.
Okay.
I guess Aurora would just like be nose to nose and like spin around, like sizing herself up in the mirror.
You see her attempt to sniff her own butt while
Yeah.
the other one does the same and is able to
Imagine
pass
if
by.
Idol was here, guys. Is this?
I'd really rather not.
He would have PTSD from two Auroras. Yeah, Lilith and Fern will also do the same thing.
Okay.
So.
And actually, Graham, make an Arcana check, please.
I will make an Arcana check.
Can I assist him?
This is more reaction.
Hooray!
Graham, you are pretty sure that you could go to an artificer or an alchemist, and you could probably get the reverse whiskey created.
Nice.
Like you having experienced it and knowing how to describe it, you could probably get that sorted.
Nice. Is he going to share this with us?
Yeah. Graham is having a grand old time. This is the most fun he's had since starting adventuring.
I'm going to point at Lilith as like, I'm pretty sure she's an artificer.
Well, shit.
She grunts at you.
Grunts and like nods up and down.
The translation is like, I didn't get my degree in artificer school for making your goddamn wallet whiskey.
All right, so through the mirror us we go. I thought we were gonna have like a doppelganger fight or something.
I thought about it, but honestly, it's been overplayed. All right, inside you can see that what were you initially suspected pillars are actually large Minotaur statues. To the north is what looks like another set of staircase. However, you do see that there is some sort of a barrier in between. It looks like a thick sheet or curtain, but there does not appear to be a slit through the middle. You also notice two doors, one to the east, one to the west.
Are these? I see they're holding something. The Minotaur statues. Are these like indications of like a lock mechanism for the barrier?
Looking at it, it appears to be a stone creation of a heart and a stone creation of a liver.
Interesting.
Which way first?
Hey, Graham, you want the liver?
This room isn't trapped at all, is it?
You can make an investigation if you would like.
I will assist you, unless you want me to make it. Nope, you're good.
Pretty good. Roll.
You do not notice any traps.
I will let's go west, I guess.
Inside, you can see that there is a room. There are a number of different tools, as well as what appears to be a Minotaur head carving. Not a Minotaur head by itself, but just like a mask of a Minotaur. Looks like some sort of a workshop and storeroom.
Let's investigate and see if there's something in this room that indicates what that Minotaur statue was holding.
Okay. Go ahead and investigate. Inside this room, you notice just a number of woodworking tools, metalworking tools, the craft, like the mask itself. You notice a number of supplies. You see some very fine stone that has been partially carved. You see wood that has been worked partially. If you had to take a guess, you would say this has some sort of religious or cultural significance.
Can I make a history and/or religion check?
You can make a history check and/or religion if you so desire.
You can get assisted by Lilith.
Nice.
All right. From a historical perspective, the Arwellan Empire, especially the Emperor, more interested in the aspect of the Minotaur, have that be the house sigil, would have utilized masks like this within rituals dedicated to the family. The not necessarily deification of the emperor, but simply utilizing it in a religious ritual that would tie him as part of the head of the Arwellan religion itself, giving him more of like a high priest status. So you would believe this is probably used within those actual rituals itself.
While Graham is doing that, I will also want to like look around while to see any entrances of little rust monsters, so we don't get ambushed.
Um, you do notice a couple of small cracks here or there that had been tunneled out and dug out.
Is there more activity? Does it look like there's more activity through these tunnels the further into the maze we get?
It does look like the tunnels are older. It looks like whatever the actual rust monsters had come from had more originated further within this actual area itself. So they are newer within the maze.
Okay, so they might have a lair around here. Okay.
Might do.
Let's take a look at the other side, I suppose.
Okay. The
And I will do my.
other room. This room is what appears to be a study or maybe a room meant for discussion. You see a number of old books that have been laid out along the table, as well as scrolls. You also do notice another kind of curtain that has been hung up, similar to the larger one in the front. The curtains themselves appear to be just a fabric, and why they were hung up, you could not say. The books on the table, however, are written in Old Arwellan. They are a discussion of numerous different topics.
Okay.
Can Graham inspect these books and start
well,
writing
Graham
down their
does-
titles?
Yes.
Yep, and while Graham does that, I'll look around to see if there's any rust monster openings, how big they are.
Okay. All right. Yeah, go ahead. Graham, so, I mean, looking at a book is pretty simple. The books themselves are more just what appear to be a geography of the actual country of Arwell, where the city resides, as well as a bestiary showing different creatures that could be expected, with the Minotaur section being more dog-eared than the rest.
Okay.
It also describes various architectural writings, gives you some engineering knowledge. There's a lot of math, as you can see a number of things written down, schematics. While it doesn't look like a map per se, it does look like this was being used to plot out further development, or possibly even just development itself, as you do notice number of just different writings, measurements, notes on what materials to use for different things to have it stand up to both weight and just general time and wear, as well as additional instructions on the proper way to utilize magic to further shore up these to weather the ages.
Okay. Graham will write all that down in a synopsis. And given it's all Arwellan stuff, does he understand the significance of the heart and the liver and so on?
The heart and the liver. Yeah, make a religion check, actually.
I
We're
will.
looking at this to you.
Make it flat or at advantage?
You can make it an advantage.
Oh.
And
Time to roll a 14.
just
Okay, well, the halfling's natural 1 and then the halfling's natural 2.
This relates to something to do with Arwellan religious practices.
Have
What
I
those are, you're not sure.
have I like ever heard of anything like that in passing when I used to actually not be an adventurer?
You can make a religion check if you would like.
I forgot how to do ABCs. Where is it? Here it is.
You've heard of certain Orwellian deities. I mean, obviously, Orwellian religion isn't really popular where you're from, but
Nope.
you've had a couple of Orwellian folk pass through and mention a couple of things here or there, but it would have been many years ago. You would suspect it would probably relate to Dentar.
I saw Buddy. I think you have Buddy in the background.
Yeah, he's been kind of pacing back and forth. I don't know why.
He demands blood.
Bedtar. I'll tell Graham that that's what I remember hearing about the significance of a heart and a liver.
Does that
That maybe
jog any
that'll trigger
memories
something,
for
and like maybe
Graham?
that he might have forgotten.
If you'd like, Graham can make another religion check.
I will try. Fucking come on, dude.
Would he be able to get that at advantage with Lilith too? Still,
Roll that one more time, yeah. Okay,
14, I called it.
so
he's better to play that lottery number today.
Jesus.
going back to your religious studies, you would know that Dentar is fully known as Dentar the Warden. He would be the guide between life and death, sort of filling in the same role that your god Eidos would kind of fill in, at least within the actual like religious
Pantheon.
equivalence to it, I should say.
Mhm.
Which then sparks a further memory. You remember of hearing a lecture about how maybe the gods of the different countries and civilizations may just actually be the same gods, just viewed through a different lens and given different names, but are in fact the same people. That one never really struck particularly with you at the time. Maybe upon further reflection, it did. But the religious aspects of Dentar would be to weigh hearts and livers to determine the sin within them, to then figure out what is the afterlife for the person who has died and is being judged.
Okay. Graham will relay all that. So there's this made up country called Egypt.
Sounds cool.
Graham will continue to add these observations in the journal. These researchers are going to be eating good if we get out of here alive.
So do we need to do something with these statues? If we investigate the statues, is there anything like maybe something we need to push and insert, anything like that?
Yeah, do we need to
Do we have to,
balance the scales
do we need to put
towards
somebody's
a
liver
good
in
afterlife, so to speak?
Make an investigation check.
I will. Advantage?
Yep.
Thank
I'm helping.
you.
All right.
Well,
Graham looking over these statues, looking around, trying to check and see if there's anything that can move, anything at all. You believe that these statues simply have the heart and the liver on here, at least stone versions of them, as part of a ritual, and that they don't have any actual significance to progressing forward.
okay. Just purely symbolic here.
Thank God is what Otto's gonna say, because I was gonna go back there and carve out that Minotaur's heart and liver.
Yeah. Yeah, Graham, you just
Monster
you're simply
Hunter.
seeing that these two statues are holding a heart and a liver as if representing a passage from the living world into the
World
afterlife,
of
the
the
death.
Dead.
Yeah.
All right.
So let's investigate this gate up here then, I guess.
Well, it's
Just-
not a gate
not
per se. It's just a basically it. As you approach, you can see that it is a piece of cloth. You suspect probably just by looking at it, it is silk. It has been stretched taut over the actual doorway itself. You can see that it is being kind of like pinned along the edge from just the side that you're on. If you would like, you could even just probably pull them off, although they have been very well entered in. And it looks like the silk itself has probably been stitched either by hand or maybe by magic to keep it against something. Probably some like stone holes on the other side is what you suspect just by looking at it.
How old does
Makes
this
sense.
thing possibly look?
You suspect it is probably a few hundred years old.
Okay. I guess I will attempt to open it.
Well, it is you press along on it. It's like pressing on if like people were holding a sheet, and it's just like putting your hand in the middle.
Hmm. Is it flush against the stone?
As you push your hand on it, you can see that it is there's some resistance. Like you can feel like there's nothing beyond it, like no wall behind it. But it is as you press your hand on it, you can see that it is pulling along the edges, and that it is basically being held taut by the actual like things that it's being stitched to.
And I'm not putting any kind of like pressure on this. It's just naturally just.
Yeah, like putting like the barest amount as you just like press your hand on it.
I'll push it open the same way with my hand, but with the butt of my halberd, just in case there's something on the other side.
Okay. As you press with the halberd and the butt of it, you can feel that there is a it's taut. How hard are you pressing?
About the same that I was with my hand. If I get any resistance, I'll do a little harder.
Yeah, it gives like a small amount of resistance. Like the moment you're able to get by whatever amount of slack there is,
Yep.
so you only really push it in a few like an inch. So at this point, you've received some tension from it. So if you'd like, you can press harder.
I will push it harder.
As you press it harder, you can feel, you can see like the silk beginning to stretch more, and it is resisting more against the butt of your halberd.
How can Graham see how tight it is against the wall? The holes that it's like the way it was like put on.
Yeah, I mean, Graham, if you'd like,
he can see like around it. Like maybe there's a little opening now. He can take a look what's on the other side.
If Graham would like to, he can take a little peek around the edges, which would be just a investigation. So yeah, now that Otto is providing some tension to it, and you're looking around, you do see that the actual area around the doorway itself consists of these very it's a stone arch, and you can see these very small holes that would just allow a needle and thread to pass through, and there's probably a good 1,000 of them along the edges, and it looks like the silk has been stitched into it to provide a covering over the door. However, it does this throughout all four sides.
Okay. Graham does have a needle and thread.
Graham, you suspect this is probably also more religious iconography and practice.
Could I do a religion to see what the proper protocol would be to try to pass through this?
Let us will assist.
Yeah. 24.
14!
Yep, it's apparently the number.
Graham, you remember hearing that once the liver and the heart were weighed, that the person would be able to pass through the veil to the other side. Okay. Within actual religious practices, in this regard, this is very well engineered, where mostly it would just be kind of like tacked along the four edges, and typically passing to the other side for the actual ceremony and festival itself would be done by just opening it up with a knife.
Okay. Well, do we know? I'm assuming the researchers would probably want us to clear out the rest of it, considering it's been dangerous, versus keep the silk intact.
You'd been asked to clear it out.
Okay. So
yeah, I'm gonna defer to how Graham wants to handle this, especially now that I know it's religious oriented.
Actually, yeah. Given that we have mending could absolutely reseal this thing if they needed it intact. So Graham will, trying to observe the rites respectfully as an Arwellan priest would administer them, cut through the silk.
Okay.
Take his dagger.
And taking out a dagger, you're able to just, starting top to bottom, just slice open this very large piece of silk, and you have created a gap that you could pass through with no difficulty whatsoever.
Nice.
You've sliced open a portal in time and space, Graham. How could you?
Well, I I tried it and it
Uh,
worked, so I guess that's how that went.
okay, so I guess I can take point here.
Okay.
How far do I see?
Do you stick your head through the actual silk gap itself?
If
Use
he sliced it,
use your
I'll use
halberd and like pull it
yeah,
to the
I'll use
side a little, maybe.
the butt of the halberd to move open the silk so we can see
Okay.
before stepping through.
Looking inside, you are able to see a large open room. There is a door that is about like 50 feet, maybe not even that, like 30 maybe in front. However, you do notice that there is a large sphinx in the way,
Ah,
Oh, sweet baby
from what you
Jesus.
can see. The Sphinx also has noticed that the silk has been sliced open and the butt of a halberd has been used to poke it open. The creature large looks at you as you look at it.
Graham will greet it with Old Orwellan language and say whatever the colloquial for howdy is in Old Orwellan.
Audi.
The more informal version of hello used to greet the creature. It speaks in a high, more formal language. Greetings. And then it continues speaking. I have a riddle for you.
Uh, does he
Graham
speak in
will
common or Old Orwellan?
It is speaking in Old Orwellan.
Graham will translate it and then turn back to the Sphinx and say, "My friends speak what's called
Common.
common in the modern day. Are you familiar with that language?"
The creature switches to common. Yes, it is a dialect of the Orwellan language.
Well, thank you. My name's Graham, by the way. If we come to blows, at least we can do it from a friendly beginning.
I hope not.
Yeah, me neither. Riddle, you say?
Mm-hmm. Step
I,
forward to receive the riddle.
Graham will step forward to receive the riddle.
I'll go up there with Graham.
Okay. As you step into the room, you notice that there are pieces of armor that have begun to stare towards you. This is my riddle. Are you ready to receive it?
Uh, yeah, I guess. Is the riddle of steel?
My riddle to you is, who shall kill you?
Old age.
Incorrect.
Ah, damn,
I
that's it.
shall kill you.
Hubris.
And then I would like everybody to roll for initiative.
Like your token. Was there an actual answer to that, and I just immediately beefed it for us, or were we gonna have to throw down?
There was more to this Sphinx. However, it was not in a position to really want to talk to you.
Yeah. Sorry if I took away some fun for you there.
It's all right. There's multiple things that could happen.
It's what my character would do.
I'm pretty sure he figured that this was the inevitable answer. Hang on, I have 3 initiatives to roll, so give me a second. Where is it? There it is.
Fast armor.
Jesus.
That's a fast satyr.
Uh,
All right.
Why did she get .2 again?
Yeah, I don't really remember. I gotta go. I'll have to take a look at that and correct that. There's something screwy going on. I wonder if it's taking a percentage. Anyway, I'm gonna round down. I'm gonna say 17.
That's interesting.
No, because she gets to add something to her initiative. Is it her
Proficiency?
proficiency? What's her?
3, so it's a 20. And her dexterity is +5.
It's already accounting for that. Actually, it looks
Okay,
like it's
I don't
adding.
know if I don't know if that mattered.
It's putting her dex at 5.2.
No, what I'm saying is like I think if her and Lilith are the same, I think Fern would go first because she's
Yeah.
more dexterous. That's why I said that.
All right, and then descend. Ooh, Fern, Lilith, thingy do. Okay, cool.
You know, what has it got in its pockets?
Well, this is interesting. I was not expecting a fight today.
All right. Fern is first on the draw.
The
Her and
armor
Aurora.
definitely looked alive.
The armor has turned and looked towards you as you had entered into the room. It is clear to see that it is
Let me
alive.
see here. If I move over here, can she see this one?
Which one? Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure because that's a little pillar. She will do that Westerner thing and like put her dual pistols and shoot it twice.
Okay.
Sorry, Fern, you're not here, so now I get to make you Mexican Skeletor for the day. Yeah, bunny gun. Let me see. Pistol.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Well, the first
I don't
one
know.
fails.
Can she get that?
It's a reaction, so in combat, yes, but it would eat the reaction for the turn if he has one.
Fiffle can use his reaction if he chooses to. He is within range and sight.
Like having my reaction.
What does your reaction do anyway? I'm just kind of curious. It's fine.
Reaction? It's just what you.
No, for Fiffle specifically.
Like, is there anything special he can do with it, you mean?
He could do a lot. One of the nice things about
you re-roll things.
That's fine.
He could also use his reaction to like half damage.
Okay, no big deal. She can shoot twice though, right? With each gun.
Yeah, I have my like dodge thing, so I'm like pretty safe right now. So you can have the re-roll.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, that does hit, dealing 15 piercing damage.
Yes, and then is it the bow or can she shoot twice with each gun?
She can attack twice, so she could fire the gun twice.
Okay.
She can fire one gun twice, or both guns. But
okay. There we go.
Okay, so we got the 22 and a 13.
Wait, the 13. I clicked it twice and I don't know how the fuck I do it.
Okay. Well, the 22 hits, dealing 15 piercing damage. So you see like the bullet shoot and it just like strikes through and is able to pierce into the armor. You can hear the little the round just kind of like strike, and then you hear it rattle around within. The second shot, however, just deflects off of like a thicker pauldron on the actual shoulder of the armor itself.
Okay, I wasn't sure how that worked, and then I accidentally clicked it and confused myself because that's what I do.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just...
Cool. So she has her bonus action left. Let's see. What her bonus action. Okay. She'll step back over here.
Okay.
And Aurora will just
top of my
over
coffee.
here.
It's my turn.
Okay. That is it.
Okay.
Is that for Miss Fern? I think.
All right, then we are on to Lilith.
You know what I said I would play both of them and expect to combat with 3 characters? Let me take a look see here super quick. Huh. What the hell is this? Just ABC. This is interesting. This is interesting. I don't know. How big is this? What's a 5-foot radius?
Like a square?
Okay, so it'd just be like one of these squares? Okay. I was looking at this.
What were you looking at? Snare. Okay, here we are. Yeah, you basically place a little snare circle within like a single square that you would pass through.
I would think a
Uh,
radius would be.
that's why I was kind of. That's why I was confused.
I would think it'd be like a 10 by 10 box.
Maybe. Let me check real quick.
A 5-foot
The
radius.
default rules: there are no squares. The caster is free to pick a point in 3D space. But if you're playing on a grid, blah 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 blah.
Let's see.
So if your moonbeam, a 15-foot radius fireball affects a 6 by 6 area with the corners missing, 32 squares, because 5, 10, 15 out in each direction. So you'd pick a point, it would be 5 feet in each direction from it, I believe.
Okay.
And I would put this right here.
All right. So like here. Can you see the that circle I made?
Yeah, I can see it.
I see it. Yeah, basically, in theory, I don't know how it snaps for you, but I would put it at the intersection of like these 4 squares.
You can usually lock it to a corner, but I don't know if Roll20 is advanced enough to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. You just did it right there.
Here we
Perfect.
go. All right.
And that is an action, I believe, right?
It
looks like an action. I
should
don't
be.
see any. Just making sure. And let me see if I have any bonus actions here.
It might actually not be usable in combat. Oh, right, because Artificer spells by default are like a minute long, and then they get a way to cast it faster, I think.
I have no idea about Artificer, dude.
Yeah.
I see spell. It looks like it might be useful in this situation to help us. I use spell.
No. So snare cannot be. It can be cast in a minute's time. So.
Oh, so it would be 10 turns.
Yeah. So I don't.
Oh, okay.
You couldn't use snare there.
Oh, that sucks. I tried. I was trying to like maybe entrap the Sphinx.
Yeah. I remember that being a thing. I don't know if it's still a thing since like the later D&D updates, but I remember there was some sort of your default cast time is like way too long for combat, but there's a way to speed it up with Artificer spell shit.
I don't remember, and I don't think there is in this regard. I think this spell is meant more for like protecting.
Yeah, it's more for prep.
Yeah.
Damn. Good thought though.
Okay. What? That's catapult.
Okay.
I will do it from here also. And then I was gonna move her back anyway. So, this thing. So what is it? A D. What is it? A 3d8.
Okay.
I did
What's
that right here. I would move up to here to do it.
Okay.
It's 90 feet, so I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you'd be able to hit. You'd be able to shoot it out.
3d8.
Okay.
Nice.
And let me just take a look.
I would just shoot
It
a
has to make
copper.
a dex save. What's the spell save? Is 15. So I'm gonna have it try and make a dexterity save, which.
Oh, that was a
Uh,
good roll too.
Yeah. Okay.
That
So
was a very
it makes the
dexterous
save.
armor.
You can see it just kind of like quickly turn to the side, and the I guess you shot a coin out or something.
Yeah, one of those like copper coins.
It just shot out, and it struck behind the creature itself.
Dang it.
The Sphinx. Actually, did you wish to do anything else?
She'll move back here.
Okay. All right.
That is her Orion.
Okay. Once the... Yeah, just checking one thing real quick. Okay. Once Lilith ends the turn, the Sphinx rises up, and you can see it beginning to cast a spell using a legendary action. And it looks to Graham very quickly. And Graham, can you give me a charisma save, please?
Well, let's find out.
+5.
Oh, +5, 19 then.
I believe
Paladin.
that passes.
Thanks, Paladins.
Yes.
I'm still bitter about this with the Shaper, by the way. I'll be bitter to the day I die.
Graham, you can feel your body beginning to, like, shift into a different plane of existence before you're able to snap back into and remain in this plane. The Sphinx looks upset.
Otto's gonna look at Graham start to disappear and reappear. He's like, oh my god.
They just try to banish him?
I think he did.
That's rude.
You know what this means? We gotta throat punch a motherfucker.
I mean, I have one more 4th level spell left. I could try to banish it back.
That'd be interesting.
That would be pretty funny. It might be doing it a favor if it's stuck here.
Just checking something, and just correct that quickly. Alright. And on to the armor. Okay, the armor, we'll start with this one right here. It's going to run up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to auto. And auto, it is going to try and punch you.
It probably will punch me.
It's a 23.
I will. Deciding if I want to shoot. Hang on, let me see my spell slots. Yeah, I'll let it punch me.
Alright, it is going to deal 8 bludgeoning to you.
Okay.
And then it winds up and swings again. Does a 21 hit?
Yes.
Dealing an additional 5 bludgeoning damage. As it just goes, the 1-2.
1, 2. You're lucky I found my spleen earlier.
The animated armor that had been damaged previously runs up to Graham. 5,
Okay.
10, 15, 20, 25. And it is going to make some slams against you, Graham.
Okay.
A 7 misses. And does a 22 hit?
Yes.
I will sentinel that, by the way, with my
Okay.
halberd.
It is going to
7.
punch Graham in the face for 7 damage. Go
Okay.
ahead and make a halberd attack against it.
$17.
A 17 you just see the attempt to slash at this thing. It almost strikes it. Like you see like the blade almost contact, but is able to duck out and weave out of the way in time, and you were just miss.
Dang it. Okay. I tried, Graham. I think
Right.
we're out of lives here, buddy.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's going to hold its turn. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. But Graham, you're up.
All right. Graham is going to cast Spirit Guardians.
All right. Where would you like to cast the spirit?
It's
oh no,
a
that's
radius around me.
that is right. I was thinking the spiritual weapon.
Yep.
It's
So
15.
that might be next. One thing at a time. And I believe that's an action. Yes, it is.
Actually,
Oh, I won't be able to do the Spirit Guardian this turn because it's not a cantrip. Or the spiritual weapon.
Yep.
However, because of that radius, everybody is in it, so they all need to make a DC 17 save or take necrotic damage.
Okay, we're going to start with we are going to start with the animated armor that is left to right.
Okay.
So that's a wisdom save.
Yes.
First one fails. Second one fails. Fail and fail.
Nice.
And then we'll go to the Sphinx himself, which is just checking something. Yeah, that's fine. Passes.
He makes it.
Okay, so the armor itself, though, is going to take 10 damage, correct?
Yep. And the Sphinx will take 5.
Okay.
And it's necrotic if they have any change to the damage taken based on that.
All right. Okay, so yeah, you can see the energy flowing from you and forcing the armor to and the Sphinx to suffer a horrifying necrotic damage.
Okay.
Otto, you're up.
I am gonna
Oh, I'm sorry.
plant my feet, I think, unless... Okay, the Sphinx would be out of it if I 5-foot stepped. So I will stay where I am, because I'm pretty sure the Sphinx is just gonna lean back and keep casting spells. So that will be my turn, I believe.
Okay. Otto, you are up.
How's this guy look?
Pretty damaged.
I'll halberd attack him. If I Eldritch Blast from here, do I get disadvantage because it's a cantrip?
Yeah, because you're in melee range, you would get disadvantage on an Eldritch Blast.
Alright, we'll do halberd. Miss.
Okay. Unfortunately, you swing, and both of those miss.
Okay, and I will step back this way.
Okay. Alright, we are on to the Sphinx. The Sphinx looks... Let's see here, I'm just checking something. And the Sphinx...
Oh, after that. Oh, wow. The Sphinx rolled low, but I rolled lower.
Yeah, the Sphinx is just going to fly towards Graham.
Okay, and its speed is half, not that that'll matter, and it is...
I'll have it make another
starting
wisdom.
its turn there, so it has to save against the damage again. It takes another 11 necrotic.
Oh, okie dokie. Let me actually pull up the calculator for this one.
And for reference, if it is having the damage, no, it's not. My necrotic damage ignores resistance.
Okay, not to worry.
If it's immune, I can't fix that, but...
Alright.
You give him a lecture about being immune.
And the Sphinx is going to make a slash at Graham.
Okay.
Once. Twice. I believe the 25 hits.
25 will definitely hit.
Dealing 14 slashing damage.
Okay.
And
concentration?
Yes, please.
Okay, one moment. 19. So half. So I have to get a 7, I think.
I think it rounds to 10 for, but...
Well, I don't make it anyway.
You did.
You get to add...
Oh, it's a
4.
save. You're right. You're right. Hell yeah.
So, you're able to maintain...
I'm helping!
You are?
Concentration.
Thank God.
The Sphinx
That said,
looks
I'm probably going to need to heal myself up.
a little annoyed by that.
I gotcha.
Fiffle, you are
I have
up.
a plan, Graham. That makes me dangerous.
Alrighty, so these guys are all kind of slowly mobbing us here. At least we have this choke point.
Yeah.
Well, I'll start by.
This guy's hurt. I just can't hit him for shit.
These are like big statues here.
They are
Those
big
real?
statues, yep.
I am going to shoot an arrow at this armor that's up on Graham here.
Okay.
And it's going to be a regular old shooty shoot, I think.
Okay, that does hit. Go ahead, roll damage.
So they'll get a sneak attack. And damage.
All right. With that, Fiffle, you see that the armor has... You just shoot an arrow through, it strikes the armor, and it just kind of like seizes up and falls over. And just falls apart.
And then I'm going to kind of retreat back just a little and kind of get behind this statue and then hide.
All right. Go ahead, give me a stealthy roll. Okay. Graham, the Sphinx is going to slash at you with a claw attack using a legendary action.
Okay.
Does a 19 hit?
That will, I think, just hit. Unless... Jesus. That thing's gonna fucking mince me. Wait, why do I not have... Did we, when I was out for the Minotaur fight, did I use my shield once a day spell?
Oh.
I don't remember.
No, he did. I didn't.
Okay, then I'm going to use it right the fuck now. So my AC is now 5 up for the rest of the turn.
Okay. The shield absorbs the slash from the Sphinx that looks annoyed at you, having been able to avoid that.
And Graham just shoots back. Look, man, you're trying to kill me. What do you want? Would you prefer I die? Don't answer that.
I tried not to use your spells in case of like something
This?
bad the following session, so I was very.
In case of Sphinx break glass.
We return to Fern.
The return of Fern.
It's
She's
the Fern turn.
gonna shoot this guy
Okay.
twice. I have so many sheets open right now that it's like overwhelming. Okay. Done.
Okay, well, that does hit pretty well.
Nice.
Dealing a total of, I think, 13 damage?
Yeah. I think 13.
Glock rabbit.
Another 13.
Alright, and with those 2 rounds that you just, like, buddy shoots, you see the armor collapse much as Fiffle had done.
Nice.
And is this yeah. I'm just trying to see what this is. Is this bonus action? It's bonus action. Now healing spirit Graham.
Okay. Alright, and Graham has a... So yeah, you see this kind of like translucent wolf creature appear on Graham's space, and I believe it is when... I'll put a
I think it's
little...
at the cast and at the start of his turn every time after.
Yeah, it goes off like kind of like my aura does, just happy like.
So what
Yeah,
do I do?
so it will heal 1 plus spell casting modifier.
It is a 1d6 and it just does it a number of times equal to 1 plus spell casting.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right.
So 4 HP back.
4 plus something. Where's your spell casting?
No, I think it's just.
Yeah, so it's just a 4. Graham gets 4 hit
Hold on,
points back.
I got a phone call. Hello.
Okay, so Graham gets 4 hit points back.
Oh, wasn't it 4 plus like her wisdom or whatever?
I'm reading it right now. To restore 1d6 hit points to that creature. It doesn't mention anything about a spellcasting modifier.
Your oh, it's the healing time. Okay.
It's the I think healing word. Oh, the number of times it can heal is the 1 plus spellcasting ability. Yeah.
There's just a wall of text right now for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Aurora will just not do anything. She was like, "Yep, I'm gonna chill over here."
Okay.
I think that's her turn. You know, I will move her back here.
All right.
Oh, damn it! I'm trying to move her. Okay, there we go. It's Lilith's turn.
The Sphinx is going to use a legendary action, and it is going to teleport next to Fern, outside of the spiritual guardians. So yeah, now it's for Lilith's turn.
Okay.
There's a million of those now. I don't.
Will
Yeah. I'll be trying that. Just get this Yep.
I'm a look. Hang on.
Either in a bit or next time I call. Okay. Bye-bye.
Oh, cool. I will Sanctuary Graham.
Sorry about that.
Not a problem.
What did I miss? I heard the Sphinx teleported and I got back 4 HP?
Yep.
Yeah, you got 4 HP. I'm Sanctuarying you with Lilith.
Nice. Very nice.
And what the hell is Magic Mouth?
It creates like a talking magical location, so you can like make a puzzle or something with it, or set off an alarm.
Yeah, you actually saw Magic Mouth when you had to get it to tell you the password.
Okay.
Oh, and let me put a little doohickey on Graham so we know he is sanctuaried. Here, I will do
You can't
this.
defeat me. I have the doohickey. Which is funny because one of the running jokes with my friends is the guy who assassinated Shinzo Abe made his own gun. So we've been calling it the doohickey. Smoked by the thing.
I'll give this a shot. I will try to vortex warp the Sphinx back to where it came from.
Okay, all right, let's see here. The target must succeed on a Constitution saving throw, or is teleported. Okay. With this 15, so it gets to.
Neat.
I'm sure it's got a legendary thing to like bypass it, which is kind
Like
of
a legendary resistance or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just checking a few things. No, it's fine. Okay, so it has to make a Constitution save. Okay. Wow. It actually doesn't. So where are you putting it?
I sent that right back.
Okay.
Right back in front of Graham.
Yeah, right there. So I think, does that trigger the thing again?
I believe it would. I'll have it make a Wisdom save.
It doesn't make it, but it's only 9.
Okay.
Just slowly melting the Sphinx in the microwave.
Okay, wait. So the other no, wait, right. I was thinking Graham moved. Okay, and then she was just gonna move over here behind the wall because this thing's probably pissed.
All right.
It's not having a good day.
No, I just thought it was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. We'll have to lose, right?
We are gonna go to the animated armor. So we're gonna go left, right again as it makes the their Wisdom saves.
12, so fails and fails. 12
All
each.
right.
Wait, is that a critical fail?
It doesn't matter in terms of damage.
No, I'm just kind of wondering. I just
Yeah.
the negative.
It rolled a 1.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
All right. It's gonna move by its friend. It's gonna move here. It is. So the one that moved between Graham and Otto is gonna try and punch Otto. Failing. And failing.
Yep.
The next one is going to move to, so we're going to actually have this go away as its friend walks over you and as it can attempt to punch the Graham.
He can't.
And it does have to make the
sanctuary, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. It
Sanctuary.
is going to have to make a. Okay, so what it's going to do then is it has to make a Wisdom save, I believe, to attempt to avoid Sanctuary.
For reference, both of those miss me if it makes it.
Yeah, it doesn't. So what it's going to do then, instead of hitting Graham, it is going to.
Gonna
I mean,
rampage and start like
I think by rules it can squeeze by me without causing an opportunity attack.
I believe so. So instead, what it's going to do is having to have its attack redirected, it is going to go to Otto and it's going to try and punch him instead. So both of those miss, however.
I'm inadvertently helping.
With
Inadvertently helping.
With the din of battle and the clash of metal, you have, however, attracted the attention of some monsters. You see a couple of rust monsters come out.
Uh-oh.
Those guys?
These ones are larger. These are not the rat size. These ones are actually about the size of a Labrador.
Aw, they're just hungry.
The rust pugs.
Well, they can eat the armor.
Little guys. Yeah,
That was what I was thinking,
I was
just-
kind of thinking, what can we like direct them towards?
Throw them the animated armor corpses and or the animated armors.
Yeah, I'm into that.
All right, the
Let
rust.
us use nature to solve our problems.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Are you causing the rust monsters to suffer the damage of your spiritual guardians? Or is it... Yeah, I think it's you tell what you don't want the spiritual guardians to murder, not what you
Would
tell
I-
them.
If they start attacking us, would I be able to change that tune?
Let me check real quick.
I don't think it really says this would be a call you would make, I think.
You can designate any number of creatures you can see. Yeah, so when you cast, you designate creatures who will be unaffected by it.
Okay, so it sounds like by that reading I wouldn't have a choice. Because I didn't say these guys are on the white list. They would not be on the white list.
So
okay, so
they
they
are going
take
to
the
make
damage.
failing, taking how much damage?
They are taking... Not 43 d8, as nice as that would be.
That would be nice.
14. Okay. That one's going to take. And let me just check something. Yep. And 15, 20. Let's get in there. I'll have it make its wisdom. Also taking that. Okay. Graham, you're up.
Okay. How do I want to do this? How do the armors look in terms of taking abuse?
They've looked pretty rough.
Okay. I'm gonna look at the Sphinx, and I'm gonna say to it in Old Orwellian, like, listen, if you'd rather just be done with this whole job, the Empire's gone, and I could send you out.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Or persuasion roll.
Persuade it to let me banish it. Nope.
It's not interested. The fact that you said the Empire is gone is so absurd to this creature, it just does not accept that.
Okay. Well, I tried. What is best here? Because it's absolutely going to try to mulch me.
You're a Sphinx. You're Sanctuary, dude.
That's true, but
He's gonna mulch me.
A bit of luck.
He's gonna mulch me.
Was it a bonus action or an action to drink a potion?
So the
I think I remember.
Rule, my
if you do an action, it's the maximum possible.
Yep, and if you bonus action, you can take it as the roll, which I like.
Okay.
So you can do that if you desire.
So I could get 4 through 10 HP back. I will tell you what. I'm going to spiritual weapon.
Okay.
And I'm going to put the spiritual weapon. Actually, I'm going to put the spiritual weapon like here if possible.
There's a pillar in the way, so the spiritual weapon couldn't go there, but it could go next.
If I put it here, it would be able to hit the Sphinx still, right?
Yes, it would.
And the armor, now that I say it. Okay, so I am going to have it here, one like here.
Yeah, no, I'm just taking care of something. I'm moving a token.
And Graham is going to attack the Sphinx with the spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Which is just a freebie for doing it.
Yep, go ahead.
Should be at +9. Ignore the fact that it says chill touch. I'm assuming a 14 does not hit.
Yeah, you go to swing and the Sphinx is able to just easily duck out of the way.
Okay. I am then going to use my action to take a healing potion and get the full effect.
Okay.
So I'm going to heal 10.
All right.
And movement-wise, I'm kind of in a sandwich here, so Graham is just going to stay put.
Graham is in the worst sandwich.
No. And as long as the microwave is still on, they're going to have a worse time with it than I do.
That's why I sanctuaried you.
Yeah, it's extremely helpful because I'm a very high-value target.
Graham's sandwich does not have... It has the crust still on it, and it's not cut diagonal.
How dare you? No, Graham is a fucking starbase in a Stellaris that has an FTL blocker.
All right.
So that's my twin.
Then we are on to Otto.
Otto's gonna lay on hand himself.
Okay.
For the full effect, I'm up to 59 health. I believe that's my action. That's the whole action.
It's an action, yeah.
Dang it, I wish it's Baldur's Gate. I want to shove the armor. That should be it then, for Otto.
Okay, we're going to go to the Sphinx. It is going to make its wisdom save to attempt to absorb the damage. 16?
Fails and
Okay.
takes 15.
Alright. So instead what the Sphinx is going to do, it's going to look at you and it casts a spell and it dispels your spiritual guardian.
Alright.
Can he do that with
It does not count as a harmful spell
I see.
for the purpose of
Okay.
a sanctuary. In fact, I looked it up. I checked to see can you dispel sanctuary itself, and you can.
That's interesting, actually. I feel like that would have been more detrimental.
Well,
Well,
at
this
some
one,
point we could always
Kind
just
of 50-50
counterspell,
because you're
but
also lawnmowing everything.
and the Sphinx is going to step back. Actually, no, because you have the halberd. The Sphinx is. Yeah, the Sphinx is going to step back and accept that you could possibly try and attack it with a halberd.
And I will possibly attack with the halberd and probably miss. I'm having a bad day.
Yeah, unfortunately, your swing just goes. The Sphinx is quick,
Yeah, I would expect the Sphinx to be quick.
and it backs up. And it waits. That is its turn. Fiffle, you're up.
Ew.
All I'm saying is I'm going to live that vortex for the rest of the week, just so you know.
It was a good move. Certainly
So this-
got you in a good position.
This armor still up there?
Yeah. Yeah, we have 2 armors left. You could probably get rid of the other one, Ian, unless it's going to...
What's
So
up?
leave the bodies out so we can remember to feed them to the rust monsters.
That is true. That is true. The spiritual
We should
weapon.
just be shoving these piles of metal at these things.
Oh, and I'm sorry. Graham, I believe, also get the benefit of the healing spirit.
oh, nice.
D6, right?
Yep. Nice.
Alright, so I'm going to shoot at that armor.
Okay.
Do I have advantage because I'm hided?
I can't remember.
He's also engaged to me.
I get sneak
Congratulations.
attack because he's engaged to you.
Yeah, I plan to
The
spin
advantage on the
Alter.
hiding thing, I think I get, but I forget. I always forget why.
Let's see. I believe you would get advantage the first time, but I'm not since the start, I believe. I will look that up just to verify quickly.
I thought if he was like in combat with somebody and then it's his turn before the other, yeah, he did, but I'm not. Or that's sneak attack.
It's sneak attack.
Okay.
When a creature can't see you, you have advantage on attack rolls.
Uh,
But when you attack, you give away your location.
yeah, let's see here.
So I hit at the end of my last turn, so it does not yet know that I'm hidden here unless it...
And you were also hidden
For
into
the-
that
For
position.
this time, I will say you have advantage.
So the way, if I'm understanding it correct, if I were to stay right here and not hide again someplace else, I would not again have advantage against that creature.
Yeah. So for right now, I would say you have advantage against it. So you can shoot with advantage.
Radio. Phew.
And I'm gonna get the full. All right, that actually does hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Okay. And Fiffle, you're able to just shoot the arrow, and it just strikes and just like passes through the armor like a little hole, and you're able to like have it just do enough damage, and the armor falls to its doom.
Okay. Now Piffle runs over here and out.
Okay. All right.
Understanding the mechanic correctly, that should refresh my ability to strike with advantage. But let me know what you think.
All right. The Sphinx is once again going to teleport here, using its legendary action. Fern, you're up.
That's legendary as fuck.
Let's see. That she moves. It's okay. Confound it. Let me see what I got here. Is the Moonblade a +1? I thought. I don't think he has the plus.
No, the Moon Touch Longsword is +0, but it's magical.
Okay.
Yep.
Wait, she has Gunner.
Yep, she does.
Gunner.
So she does not have disadvantage for adjacent creatures.
Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. I'm putting on my serious face here. Let's see, where is this? I know it's here somewhere. I believe she can rabbit hop and get out of range without provoking an opportunity attack.
Yes, yes, she can.
So that's what we will have to do. She'll hop over here.
Okay.
So, meow. She like flies over Lilith, and Lilith's like grunting, like what? And I will shoot him twice.
Who?
The Sphinx.
Okay.
Gangster Rabbit is in the house.
Okay, go ahead and roll to shoot the Sphinx. Well, that does hit.
Fucking
Wow.
crit.
What the fuck?
Okay, so let me pull up my calculator. So that's 9 and 12.
21.
You know you're all good when the GM has to pull out his calculator.
6.
Seriously, like, those Glocks are doing work for that rabbit.
The bullets strike the Sphinx. You can see it, like, hit into the creature's chest, but they don't pierce like you expect them to, and the Sphinx does not look as hurt as you would hope it would be.
Okay, and Aurora charge and maul the Sphinx.
Let me just check something quickly. Because I think that might not work.
Well, you let me know.
Sphinx are wolf-proof.
Yeah, so you already used the bonus action to bunny hop.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. I totally forgot about that. Good call.
Yep.
I was thinking that it was part of movement. No, that's fine.
I just wanted to check if it was like an action the creature could do itself or if it had to use your bonus, but it's the bonus action.
Okay. That should be it then.
Alright. Then on to Lilith.
Let me see here. This is tough. Whoa. The fuck did I just do? I will try to vortex it again.
Okay. It is. Give me the description real quick, just so I can remember. I know it moves that. I just can't remember what the save is. It's a Constitution. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I will do that.
All right. Where would you like to put it?
Back over here.
Okay. The Sphinx returns to its original spot.
Quit doing that!
Lilith's gonna grunt again, and in the order of the grunts this time is basically snickering.
Sounds like Tim Allen from Gnome Improvement.
All right. Then with that, did Lilith wish to do anything else?
Let me see what she has for bonus. How's Graham looking?
I'm
He's human.
fairly okay. I'm at 37 HP now after getting topped back up a couple times.
Okay. I have 2 healing words left, that's why.
And probably best to keep those for emergencies.
Okay, that'll be it. And Lilith will just stay there.
All right. We return to the animated armor. So there's only one left. It is going to take 2 swings at Otto. Missing, and I believe the second hits.
Yeah, second will hit. I won't shield it, so.
Dealing, just punches you in the face for 4 bludgeoning damage. You get, like, you're able to kind of roll your head, only absorb a small amount of it.
Yep.
We then go on to the rust monsters. The rust monsters, you can see the antenna running over the animated armor, and it doesn't look particularly interested.
Alright.
And it's gonna walk over, and it's gonna it's gonna strike its antenna against Otto. So Otto, can you give me a dex save, please? As you can see, it kind of like running its antenna over your armor.
19.
All right, you're able to kind of like, as it goes to like strike your armor with the antenna, you're able to kind of like duck out of the way, and the armor is, you're just able to avoid having the antenna rub itself on the armor. The second rust monster is going to move to Graham.
Okay,
But with
it
the-
does have to make the wisdom saves against the sanctuary.
Yep. Probably not, so it's going to fail. It seems uninterested in Graham. It's going to move to Otto again. Otto, can you give me another dex save, please?
Oh no.
19.
You're able to once again pass.
What is 14, bro?
You're able to avoid the rust monster's antenna against you.
Good.
All right. With that, we are on to Graham.
Alright. The eternal question, what does Graham want to do? Bonus action, I'm gonna move the... Let's see, what's the best thing to do here?
What are the red things around the rust monsters? Those little.
Those are the X's that's standing on the armor that has collapsed.
Oh, okay. It looks kind of cool.
Actually, first, Graham is gonna look at the Sphinx and he's gonna say, again, in old Orwellian, like, how long's it been? Like 800 years or something like that?
700 something years.
Graham will tell it, like, it's been 700 years. I'm not lying to you. Let me send you home or else one of us dies here.
Okay, go ahead, give me a persuasion check, please. Persuasion.
Come on, buddy.
Check.
The
14!
The Sphinx actually looks a little bit more receptive to what you're saying, but it still doesn't appear like it wants to accept what you're about to do.
Okay. Graham will, rather than make a hostile move towards it, what is best? I'm kind of surrounded by motherfuckers, so I guess I'm gonna recast the Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
And DC 17 saves for the,
We'll start.
yeah, basically for everything again.
All right, that fails, and we'll do the two rust monsters.
That's good damage there.
Turn on the microwave again.
17 a pop.
Yep.
Yeah, Graham, you just see all three creatures just immediately cook in front of you. The Sphinx, however, is going to make a wisdom save as well, passing, and taking...
So it takes half of that, or 8 damage in this case, because round down.
Yep.
And, are the, I assume the rust monsters are fine. Is the armor still up?
No, all three of them are dead.
Oh, awesome.
You've cooked the monsters.
Then Graham will bonus action move the pick up, and it will try to bop the rust monster.
The Sphinx?
The Sphinx, yes.
Okay.
And,
The rust Sphinx.
I rolled
oh my
that
god,
one.
that'd be a terrible.
I could halfling that. Is the halfling willing to give me the wink?
Can he see you from there?
He could. He could see Graham. He wouldn't be able to see the actual spiritual... Actually, I guess it would be the spiritual weapon that would be hitting, wouldn't it? I don't think Fiffle could see it
Okay,
to
then
affect it.
it's kind of a half-hearted swing. Graham honestly doesn't want to kill Ancient Guardians, so it's just kind of a meh.
Are you talking to him with reaction? Is that what he's?
It's a free action, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as I'm not doing Shakespeare at him, I think it's... As long as you don't abuse it, you can usually do that.
It's like a sentence or two. You can say a sentence or two in 6 seconds easy.
So, Graham will, I guess now divested of threats in the immediate. No, you know what? In for a penny, in for a pounding. I'm gonna stand my ground.
All right.
And do I heal another D4, D6?
Yes.
Yes.
Yay! Nice.
Okay.
Finally back above where I started this encounter at.
We return to Otto.
Otto is, I guess, off reaction is like, does he have any reason to lie to you? Why won't you believe him? You could
Otto,
prove it.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion roll.
Oh well.
And when you say, does he have a reason to lie to you? The Sphinx just looks at you like, really? Yeah, he does.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna Vow of Enmity him. That's a bonus action.
Okay, give me the description, please.
Yep. And I'll move up here. Let me just find my. I gotta find it. Should be the last one, I believe.
Okay, let's see here.
Yep, bottom.
Okay.
I basically get a
Advantage.
Advantage,
So I'll
yeah.
put a little mark on it. So here, I'll put a blue. Okay.
and I'll attack him twice with the little doohickey here. Where is it? Here, little doohickey.
Doohickey him.
All right. That first one hits.
Smoked by the contraption.
And
Okay.
Oh.
Second hits. Okay. So as you slash it with your halberd, you don't. It's not. It's kind of like bouncing off the flesh, and it doesn't seem like it's really doing as much damage as you suspect it should.
He's
yeah,
resistant to physical.
So let me just.
that or it needs to be magical.
All right.
That'll be it.
We go to the Sphinx. The
Saving
Sphinx.
throw as usual.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
12 necrotic. Ah.
The Sphinx is going to cast a spell,
Okay.
and it disappears.
Boop.
And the Sphinx is going to be gone. Okay.
I don't know where he went, but
Yeah, I'm guessing that was invisibility. How creeping around right now.
Fiffle, what would you like to do?
Sphinx is gone.
He has disappeared after casting a spell.
possibly invisible.
Oh. I saw him like do some shit and then disappear.
Yep.
I was successfully hidden from him, wasn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Is his can I would his could I shoot it where he was attacking at disadvantage?
You could if you would like.
Could I attack regularly, balancing the advantages and disadvantages?
You could shoot to where it was. It would just be a flat attack.
Okay. I will shoot at the airspace that the Sphinx previously occupied.
You are now entering Sphinx airspace.
Yes.
All right. The arrow just passes through.
Ah!
You were reasonably certain you shot where the Sphinx was. You realize it probably had cast whatever caused it to turn invisible has allowed it to move away from its location.
It was worth the shot. Piffle, having now revealed himself to an invisible Sphinx, what else is around here? Looks like frost monsters are dead, armors are gone. Is there anything but the Sphinx still around?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Total guesswork. Piffle scampers across the room, over behind this statue, and attempts to hide over there.
Okay.
Hmm.
Fern.
The fact that I did not get attacked tells me I did not cross Sphinx space.
I am looking around here.
Base.
Hey.
Yes, otherwise just known as Sphinx.
I am not sure. Can we get rid of the thingies?
The armor.
Yeah, the armors and the. Fern will move over here
Okay.
and scan the area for any disturbances, like in
The
maybe
force.
the force. Yes, I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean? Like like you can see like a little rippling effect because there's a body there, but it's invisible.
Make a perception check.
Let me get to the.
Fern does not notice anything.
That'll be her turn.
Lilith.
Uh. Hmm. Dun, dun, dun. I'm looking around here also. This is. I don't know. I will do the same thing with Lilith. She'll walk in and she'll like take a look to see if she sees anything.
Okay.
It's 19. I don't know why. Why is hers is at advantage?
Lilith does not see anything that would indicate that the Sphinx is in this immediate area.
That'll be it. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, no clue.
There's no more animated armor, so we're going to go to Graham.
Okay. Graham, it's an action to fight defensively so that they attack at disadvantage, or it would nullify advantage, right?
If you did like a dodge action,
Yeah.
yeah, that would cause you to dodge around, which would mean any attack against you that normally would have advantage would just go to a regular flat attack.
Okay. So I'm going to use my action to dodge, and then I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 in this direction with the aura still around me.
Okay.
I assume nothing happens that I'm aware of?
You do not believe so.
Okay, and then I'm going to move the spiritual weapon 5, 10, 15, 20, and it's going to attack to its right, which I assume will be disadvantage.
Yes, please.
All right, so lower 17.
The spiritual weapon swings and misses whatever isn't there.
You are a lawnmower, so he would have had to do a.
And Graham will say out loud, like, listen, you might get one of us. You might. Or you could go home. I don't want to hurt you, man.
Make a persuasion roll.
The dice just will not let me choose peace.
I'll try for you.
Okay.
How many more things here for auto?
I mean, the Sphinx is the last creature you're fighting.
Oh, healing spirit.
Oh, and do I heal another D6 before I move?
Is this a third one?
Fourth one.
Be. It's 1 plus the spellcasting modifier times.
Yep.
All right, let me keep a look.
Spellcasting. I think that's 4.
Yep.
Spellcasting modifier is 4, so I think there's one more.
Yep.
Okay, so you get another 6.
1 plus your
or D6, I should say.
Yeah, I'll step into it. I could use some healing, so I'll take a 3 for auto, and we can get rid of it.
Okay.
Nice.
Boop. And did Otto wish to do anything?
Otto's gonna. If I stand here and I try to talk to him, will cover both rooms?
I mean, if you shout it, it would be
Yeah.
easily audible.
Okay. It's like, we don't have to fight. We didn't want to fight in the first place. You just talk to us here.
All right, make a persuasion roll.
Nice, baby.
Okay. Going to the Sphinx. The Sphinx appears, and you see it appear at the entrance, having dropped its invisibility, and it puts all 4 paws on the ground and looks like it's taking a defensive posture. So you can see it also beginning to dodge and beginning to avoid doing any attacks.
Okay.
And I think we will end it here, and we'll pick this up next week.
Cool.
As you have dropped out of combat.
See, Ram, I'm not a murder hobo all the time.
Not all the time.
Only when it's funny.
All right, so yeah, we'll pick this up next week.
Man,
And
the dice just did
acquiesce
not